overrated talk show in WWE history, Miz TV, actually has Team Hell No on it. Miz tries to stir the pot with a video showing all the bad shit that Kane and Daniel Bryan have went through with each other and so on. But Bryan isn't buying it. He says, you're trying to stir the pot, and it's not working. The only thing that you're worse than stirring the pot is wrestling. Yeah, that sounds about right. Miz, one of the worst wrestlers of all time. Sorry. Period. Is he worse than Mojo Rawley? I would put Mojo Rawley in that category if Mojo Rawley ever became WWE champion. But that's not gonna fucking happen. At least, I hope that doesn't fucking happen. So anyway. Miz says that Daniel Bryan is hiding behind Kane. A broken down demon. It was funny how Kane was the one that was trying to calm down Daniel Bryan. But then when The Miz said that, hand on throat, and I'm like, send this fucker through the ring, please. But then, no. It's funny how, for weeks now, The Miz has been in danger on his own show, and somebody actually, or a group has to come down or come out and save the fucking segment for him. The Bludgeon Brothers actually come to the freaking aisle, but then another interference, Sanity. And Sanity attacks Team Hell No from behind. Bludgeon Brothers get involved. The New Day tries to come out for a rescue, and they get their asses whooped too. Wow. And The Miz ran from all of that. It's funny how The Miz was saying that Daniel Bryan couldn't hang with him, and it's like, does anyone actually fucking believe that? If you actually fucking believe that, I would really like to hear from you, and I would like you to plead your case and be serious if you think that The Miz is a better wrestler than Daniel Bryan. Please. I want to hear that. I want someone to lay that case down. But anyway, the heels, they stand tall. Faces get their asses jumped and whooped. AJ Styles versus Nakamura. This wasn't even for the fucking title, and it still ends in a fucking disqualification. Why? Because of fucking Rusev being out there. After all this time, you still end these two with a fucking DQ or a no contest of sorts. Of course, Jeff Hardy had to come out and make the save, and so we have a tag team match because Teddy Long comes out, Paige. It's funny how people always ragged on Teddy Long. Well, here comes another tag match. And yet Paige is doing it and no one says nothing. Yeah, so the heels actually fucking win the match. Rusev and Nakamura beat AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. You have these two champions being challenged by Rusev and Nakamura. A lot of people think that certain opponents should be split, but oh well. Asuka versus Ellsworth in a lumberjack match, which should have been a lumberjill match. Ellsworth tries to run and run and run. Did anyone think that this was going to be an actual legit match? Didn't think so. Ellsworth taps, and it was just a waste of time. But Ellsworth actually maces Asuka, and Asuka gets kicked by Carmella, and I'm like, come on. You couldn't do better than that. It was just a waste of our time. Team Hell No and the New Day are backstage plotting their strategy. Yeah, and the big pep talk came from Big E. I'm like, all right, fine. Are you ever going to separate the New Day and have it plausible as a separation? Because the problem with separating the New Day one day is somebody's going to have to take a back seat while somebody gets pushed. All three of them can't get pushed at the same time. That's not going to happen. I think that one will get pushed and two of them will be left behind. Look, it may be Big E and it may be Kofi. I don't think they'll push Xavier Woods, but then again, we all thought that Dean Ambrose was going to be the one to deflect from the Shield, but it was Seth Rollins. So I could be wrong on that, but anyway. You've got to be kidding me. James Ellsworth will be in a shark cage suspended high above the ring. So he can't interfere at Extreme Rules. You know what? I'm not even going to go into that. I'm just not. It's just stupid. Just dumb, just stupid. No. Andrade Cien Almas defeats Sin Cara. Did anyone... What? Are you surprised by that result? Seriously? No, I'm just not. Oh, they're former friends. Don't care. Don't fucking care. In a big 5-on-5 tag team matchup, Team Hell No and the New Day actually beat the Bludgeon Brothers Insanity. And this was a fun 5-on-5 to watch. It was a fun match. It was. Hardly anybody was sitting anywhere as far as saying that you didn't do anything in the match, or this motherfucker wasn't noticed, or he didn't have a spot. No, it was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun match. But the funniest part was after the match when Daniel Bryan and Kane were up the ramp, and Daniel Bryan is trying to ignite the flames. It took him 3 times to do it, but the flames actually ignite. Yeah, that circus act. Come on. Because Kane was actually doing the yes chant, and Daniel Bryan stopped him and actually did the flame. So, yeah. Are they ever going to change their name to Team Hell Yes? SmackDown was short and sweet for their going home episode before Extreme Rules, because of all the matches that they had, of all the big segments that they had with many people at the same time. And at least they didn't center their show on one fucking person like Raw does with Roman Reigns. They didn't have just AJ Styles segment after segment. They actually had multiple people around on pretty much all the fucking segments here. So, but Styles and Nakamura, no clean win, not Nakamura rolling him up and holding the ropes, that would have sufficed. It wasn't for the fucking championship, so a DQ? Come on. But you just had to start the tag match. The heels actually win that, but it's like, it's still bittersweet. And that Ellsworth Asuka shit. Battle of the Sexes Part 2. Garbage. Once again, do you think I'm full of shit with my opinions? If you're on YouTube, please comment below. I mean, please. I'm always open for a debate here. And give me your reasoning. Don't just say, you're full of shit, and leave. That doesn't do anything. And you're not going to hurt my feelings. No. I have high self-esteem, okay? So, anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit subscribe, set up those notifications. If you're listening on Spreaker.com or on Apple's iTunes, once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. I'm not looking forward to Extreme Rules, and expect my prediction video very soon. Drop kicks, body slams, throwing motherfuckers over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme, and the theme is go. Credits.